Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the end of the year book tag because we are getting towards that time of the year. So yeah, I'm going to have a little look back on my reading for the year and answer these questions. I'm pretty sure I did this last year, so if I did, I will leave it up there. I saw Harriet from Harriet Rosie Reads do this tag and I can't actually find where it originated. So leave me a comment below if you know who did. I will try and find it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, I just really like these questions, so let's give it a go. Question 1, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Unusually for me, yes there is. I am actually pre-filming this in October because life. And as I'm filming this, I still haven't finished Revelation by C.J. Sansom. I started this in August when I was on holiday with the boys in London and I ran out of books to read, so I popped to Waterstones and bought this great big chunker. How big is this? It's like over 600 pages. Yeah, 650 pages. And started reading it, and then came home obviously to where my other books were and put it down for other things, and then I've dipped in and out of it since. I'm over halfway, but I just haven't finished it, and it's really unusual for me because usually if it's taken me like, what, 3 months? August, September, October, yeah, basically 3 months, 4 months to finish a book, it's because I'm not enjoying it and I'm going to DNF. But it's actually the opposite reason with this book. This is part of the Matthew Shardlake series, which you can actually see some of up here on the top shelf. And I really love these books. They're Tudor, basically Tudor murder mysteries, detective stories kind of thing. And I think the reason I'm dragging my heels is there's only 3 more after this. The series is finished and I don't want it to be over. And this one in particular is I think my favourite so far, and I think that's why I've been quite slow with it, because I'm going to run out of book eventually. But yeah, I do need to get this finished. I would like to get this finished before the end of the year and then move on to the next book. Question 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? So this is going up in November. Autumn is well underway by then, and so I feel like the transition is now into Christmas. I don't tend to be much of a seasonal reader, but there are certain books that I feel like can only be read at certain times of the year, and Christmas books is one. I also don't read loads of Christmas books. I've got 2 Christmas books on my TBR for December, one of which is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens that I've never read. I don't know how I've never read it. That's going to be my classic for December. But the other Christmas book that's actually my reread for that month is The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. Let's try and tilt it so you don't have massive glare. This is the musical edition, so it came with the CD, which is in my car basically all year round, although I don't really listen to it outside of Christmas time. But I just feel like this is such a wonderful, magical Christmassy adventure, and it will get me right in the mood for Christmas come the start of December. So yeah, I'm going to be going with this one for my kind of transition into the festive period, and I would highly, highly recommend it if you've not read it. Question 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? No, I don't really do new releases particularly, or like I might see it in a bookshop and think, oh, I'll have a go at that, but I don't really like watch publishers' lists to see what's coming out. I mean, the only book that I was worried about coming out this year was The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, which we all know I loved. And no, I haven't got any pre-orders for the rest of the year. Don't have any plans to make any pre-orders. If there's any that you think that I should be aware of and that you think I'll like, leave me a comment in the description, because I'm always looking for new books to add to my TBR. Question 4, what 3 books do you want to read by the end of the year? So I've just had a look through my TBR shelf, which is up in our bedroom. It's not a very big shelf, to be fair, but there are a few things on there that I definitely want to get to before the end of the year. The first of those is Twisted by Steve Kavanagh. This is, actually I don't think you can see it in this shot, no, it's slightly out of shot. This is in the same series as 13, which I read and absolutely loved last year, I think. My friend Amy lent me Twisted, which is another one in the series, although I think they can be read as standalones, but I really, really want to get to this. Basically on the back, I'll read you the back because it's a thriller. It says, before you read this book, I want you to know 3 things. 1, the police are looking to charge me with murder. 2, no one knows who I am or how I did it. 3, if you think you found me, I'm coming for you next. I mean, I really enjoy Steve Kavanagh's writing. I read another one, I think I read the first one in the Eddie Flynn series, On Honeymoon, and I've got another one upstairs, which is the next in the series. This is further on in the series, but I'm blatantly going to pick this up before I've read the others because I just really need to know. The second one is How Do You Like Me Now by Holly Bourne. I'm going to be buddy reading this at some point with Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books, hopefully before the end of the year, although it might slip into next year. This is an adult book. I've read her Spinster series and adored that this year. This is her first adult book, I think, and it's basically about a woman who wrote a self-help book in her 20s that was really popular. She's now in her 30s, I think, and it's kind of about the difference between what people put online and the reality. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what this is like and to see if I like her writing when she's writing for adults. But yeah, I definitely do want to get to this if I can before the end of the year. And then the last one was a slightly random pick. It's The Psychology of Time Travel by Kate Mascarenhas. I really need to find out how you say that. It's a book I've seen Harriet talking about. I picked it up on a whim in Waterstones because I needed a book for the 2-for-1 or however they do it. Buy one get one half price deal. I also really like this cover. This is obviously the paperback, and this is about time travel. It's a sci-fi thriller murder mystery type thing, I think. I don't know maths about it and I don't really want to, but Harriet talks about it all the time, and some of my favourite books I've read this year have been books that she's recommended, so I definitely want to try and get to this before the end of the year. Question 5, is there still a book that you think could shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Yes, I go into all books hoping for it to be my favourite book of the year. So yeah, there's plenty of time. Like I said, I'm filming this in October, so I'll probably read another 20 odd books before the end of the year. And any of those could be one of my favourite books of the year, and I hope some of them are. Question 6, have you already started making plans for 2020? A new decade. That's slightly terrifying. I have, and there'll be a whole video coming about my intentions for next year. But in terms of reading, I'm going to be rereading Margaret Atwood, and that announcement video will have come up before this video goes out, so I'll put that up there. So I'm planning on rereading Atwood's fiction backlist in publication order. So that will definitely be a big part of next year. I'm also planning on making sure that I'm taking out at least one library book every month, because I've only had one library book so far this year, which is shocking. And yeah, there's a few bits and pieces that I've got coming up. I've got a readathon that there will be an announcement for very shortly, which will take up the first bit of next year. And yeah, there's a few bits and pieces. I'm really excited for reading again, which is so nice. It's been like one of the best things about Booktube is it's really reignited my passion for reading and got me really excited about it. And so yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming next year, which I'm very, very excited about. And then finally, I'm going to tag 3 people because I would really like to see their answers to these questions. Firstly, I'm tagging Laura from What Everyone Else Is Reading. She's got a fantastic channel. I will link all of these channels below so that you can go and find them. They're all amazing and you should be following each and every one of them. So Laura, you are tagged. Secondly, I'm tagging Lauren from She Is Such a Lauren. And finally, Kat from Brews and Reviews. Ladies, I would love to know your end of the year book tag answers. And yeah, leave me a comment below, let me know what your favourite book has been so far this year, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!